the trader you become. When trading becomes your identity. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to make trading mean something about who you are? A winning day feels like proof that you're finally becoming a good trader. A losing day feels like proof that you're not. A profitable month feels validating. A drawdown feels discouraging. A past evaluation feels like success. A failed evaluation feels like failure. Without realizing it, many traders slowly begin tying their self-worth to their trading results. And when that happens, trading becomes much heavier than it needs to be. Today, I want to talk about what happens when trading becomes your identity, why that creates unnecessary pressure, and why stepping back from that pressure may actually help you become a better trader. Chapter 1. When trading becomes your identity. Most traders start trading because they want freedom. They want flexibility. They want financial independence. They want to challenge themselves. But somewhere along the journey, trading can become much more than a skill. It can become an identity. The trader starts thinking, if I'm profitable, I'm doing well. If I'm not profitable, something is wrong with me. If I'm disciplined, I'm a good trader. If I'm not disciplined, I'm a bad trader. If I pass this account, I'll finally feel confident. If I fail this account, I'll feel behind. The problem is that trading performance and self-worth become mixed together. Every trade starts carrying emotional weight it was never meant to carry. A trade is no longer just a trade. It becomes a verdict. Chapter 2. The pressure this creates. When trading becomes your identity, every outcome feels personal. A loss doesn't feel like feedback. It feels like failure. A mistake doesn't feel like information. It feels like proof that you're not good enough. A drawdown doesn't feel temporary. It feels like you're falling behind. A stopped-out trade doesn't feel like a normal business expense. It feels personal. A losing streak doesn't feel like part of the process. It feels like proof that you're not meant to do this. The nervous system starts treating trading results as a threat. And when the nervous system feels threatened, survival mode begins to appear. You become more anxious, more attached, more reactive, more emotionally involved. This is often when traders start interfering with their process, moving stop losses, taking profits too early, overtrading, avoiding valid setups, revenge trading, not because the strategy changed, but because the pressure changed. Ironically, the more pressure you place on trading, the harder trading often becomes. Chapter 3. The real cost of making trading everything. There was a period in my own trading journey when trading occupied almost all of my attention. I thought about trading constantly. I worried about becoming profitable. I worried about when things would finally click. I worried about whether I was progressing fast enough. I was always trying to figure it out. Always trying to get somewhere. Always trying to become the trader I thought I should already be. But what I eventually realized was that the pressure itself was becoming part of the problem. The more I made trading my entire life, the more emotional weight every trade carried. And the more emotional weight a trade carried, the harder it became to execute clearly. Chapter 4. Trading is only one part of your life. One of the most important realizations a trader can have is this: trading is a part of your life. It is not your entire life. You are not only a trader. You may also be a husband, a wife, a son, a daughter, a parent, a friend, a brother, a sister, a member of a community, a human being with interests, relationships, experiences, and dreams outside of the market. When trading becomes the center of everything, it starts consuming the rest of life. And that often creates even more pressure. Chapter 5. The real you beneath every identity. I want to go a little deeper here. Think about yourself at 5 years old, then 15, then 25, then 45, then 65, then 85. Your appearance changes, your circumstances change, your roles change, your career changes, even your personality changes over time. But there is something that remains. There is still a sense of, I am me. The person who has lived through all of those experiences. The person underneath all of those changing roles and identities. Before you were a trader, you were you. Before you became a husband, wife, parent, son, or daughter, you were you. And long after trading is no longer part of your life, that same you will still be there. I think many people spend years trying to become successful in a role while neglecting the person underneath the role. But the person underneath the role deserves care too, deserves patience, deserves understanding, deserves respect, deserves love. Chapter 6. The market is not judging your worth. The market is not evaluating your value as a human being. The market is not determining whether you deserve respect. The market is not deciding whether you are enough. The market is only providing feedback. That feedback may be useful. It may help you improve. It may show weaknesses in your process. It may reveal areas that need work. But feedback is not the same thing as judgment. Many traders accidentally turn feedback into self-judgment. That is where much of the suffering begins. Chapter 7. Sometimes growth happens away from the charts. One thing that surprised me in my own journey was this. Trading actually became easier to learn when I stopped making it the center of my life. Not because I stopped caring, not because I stopped studying, not because I stopped trying to improve, but because I stopped carrying trading as the weight of my entire existence. I started enjoying other parts of life again. Spending time with family, talking with friends, going for walks, working out, reading, being present. And what happened was interesting. Trading started feeling lighter. I became calmer, more patient, less desperate, less attached. And when the pressure decreased, learning became easier. Sometimes growth happens at the charts, and sometimes growth happens when you step away from them. Chapter 8. Resistance is not always the enemy. As traders, many of us spend years trying to eliminate discomfort. We want to eliminate fear, eliminate hesitation, eliminate frustration, eliminate uncertainty, eliminate losses. We often believe that if we could just get rid of these feelings, we would finally trade well. But what if that's not the goal? What if the goal isn't eliminating resistance? What if the goal is understanding it? Because resistance often points towards something important. A fear, a belief, a wound, a part of ourselves we haven't learned how to work with yet. Many traders believe they are protecting their trade, but often they are protecting themselves, moving a stop loss, taking profits too early, over-trading, avoiding a setup, revenge trading. These behaviors are often attempts to avoid discomfort rather than improve execution. Many years ago, when I struggled with stop losses, my instinct was to get away from the discomfort. The discomfort wasn't the problem. My reaction to the discomfort was the problem. Moving the stop was an attempt to escape what I was feeling. But once I started staying with that discomfort instead of immediately reacting to it, I began learning things I couldn't see before. The discomfort became information, and that changed everything. Chapter 9. What are you resisting? One question that has become very helpful for me is, what exactly am I resisting right now? Am I resisting the loss? Am I resisting uncertainty? Am I resisting being wrong? Am I resisting feeling behind? Am I resisting seeing my account balance go down? Am I resisting the possibility That learning may take longer than I expected? Am I resisting the idea that I'm not where I want to be yet? Many times, what we think is a trading problem is actually a relationship with discomfort problem. And when we become curious about the resistance instead of immediately trying to escape it, something begins to soften. The resistance loses some of its power, because familiarity reduces fear. The things we understand no longer feel as threatening. Chapter 10. Who is doing the trading? This is one of the deepest questions a trader can ask. Who is actually doing the trading? Is it the part of you that feels behind? The part that needs money right now? The part that wants validation? The part that is afraid of failure? Or is it the calmer part of you that simply wants to execute well? Two traders can take the exact same setup, the same entry, the same stop loss, the same target, and yet have completely different experiences, because the trading setup may be identical, but the person taking the trade is not. One trader may be trading from patience, another may be trading from fear, one trader may be trading from clarity, another may be trading from desperation. The who behind the trade matters. The person doing the trading matters. And often, improving as a trader is not only about changing what you do, it's about changing who is doing the doing. Chapter 11. The trader you are becoming. Many traders believe, once I become profitable, then I'll feel confident. Once I become disciplined, then I'll feel good about myself. Once I reach my goals, then I'll feel worthy. But what if it's the other way around? What if part of becoming the trader you want to become involves learning how to respect yourself before you get there? Learning how to appreciate yourself while you're still learning? Learning how to value yourself while you're still making mistakes? Learning how to support yourself through setbacks? Because if you constantly attack yourself for not being where you want to be yet, the journey becomes much harder than it needs to be. Accepting where you are today does not mean giving up on where you want to go. It simply means working with reality instead of fighting it. The trader who constantly feels behind often becomes more impatient, more reactive, more emotional, more attached to outcomes. The trader who learns to accept where they are right now often becomes calmer, more patient, more teachable, more capable of learning, not because they've lowered their standards, but because they've removed unnecessary resistance to where they are today. Final thoughts. If trading has become your entire identity, I want you to consider this possibility. You are more than your P&L. You are more than your last trade. You are more than your win rate. You are more than your evaluation account. You are more than your mistakes. You are more than your trading results. Trading is something you do. It is not everything you are. And the emotions, fears, and resistance you experience along the way are not enemies to be defeated. They are opportunities to understand yourself more deeply. The goal is not to become a trader who never feels fear. The goal is to become a trader who can remain present with fear without allowing it to control decisions. The goal is not to eliminate uncertainty. The goal is to learn how to navigate uncertainty with greater awareness. The goal is not to become someone else. The goal is to become more fully yourself. Because underneath every role, every identity, every title, every success, and every setback, there is still you. And that person deserves patience, understanding, respect, and care, whether today's trade was a winner or a loser. Sometimes the fastest way to grow as a trader is not by obsessing over trading more. Sometimes it's by stepping back, breathing, enjoying your life, taking care of the person underneath the trader, because that person is the one who is actually taking the journey. And when that person feels supported, respected, and valued, something begins to change. Trading becomes lighter. Learning becomes easier. The pressure begins to soften. And ironically, that is often when growth starts to happen. If this video resonated with you, share it with another trader who may need to hear it. And if you'd like more content like this, subscribe and continue the journey. Because the trader you become is shaped not only by the strategy you trade, but by the relationship you have with yourself along the way.